just finished our workout. It was a pull day, so a lot of pulling motions, upper and lower body. We are currently wanting to train for like a bigger run, so we're trying to figure out how we want to do strength training with that. We're learning a lot this week, just what works and what doesn't work. So we'll be tinkering around with our weight workouts for running, and Logan's getting back into running too. So if you don't know us already, Logan had shoulder surgery last July and then has had some hip and knee problems as well. So he's just kind of getting back into his running groove. I just finished an ultra marathon back in January. I took some time off of running, did a little bit of a cut, worked on my strength training a little bit more, but now kind of getting back into a hybrid style of programming. So that is what we're currently trying to work on, tinker with it, use a bunch of different programs that we've used in the past and kind of blend them together, and then also just try new things. So getting breakfast ready, nothing has changed. So I've got Logan with 30 grams of carbs worth of oatmeal with 2 ounces of milk and a little bit of water in his. And then for me, I do 20 grams of carbs and oatmeal, no milk and water. Got some sauteed veggies and our omelets and some roast. And then I've been putting all mine in like a bowl of spring mix. How much honey do you do?
10 grams
of carbs. So I don't do honey or true nut or anything. I just do water, salt, we split a banana, and then I do a whole day, just like 1 or 2 halves of walnuts and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds.
Addicted to okra now.
Yeah, we're on a big okra kick. Yeah. Pickled okra is the best. This brand from Whole Foods doesn't have any like weird ingredients in it. No like weird chemicals or anything. Super good. We have like 1 or 2 every morning. Right now, all we're taking is like a multivitamin and vitamin D. I like the daily vitamin and vitamin D at minimum. Logan just went to work. I'm just kind of cleaning up the house, putting my laundry away, and then I'm gonna go up to my parents' house today, hang with my sister. So my sister's a teacher, so she's off work for the summer. We are going to spend a little afternoon together, maybe by the pool, just kind of hang out and chill. So I'm gonna get some things done around the house before I go. And our routine has significantly changed, I think, for the better in the evening. I've been using this app called To Do, and I find it really helpful. I've used the Notes app in my phone before, but this is just like, it repeats things that you want to do, like daily routines that you want to do. So I have a couple of things that I try to do every single day that I like to have on the checklist. And Logan has a couple of things that he likes to do too. One of those being, for both of us, is reading 10 pages every day in our books. We actually just did that after we ate breakfast this morning because Logan had a later start because he stays a little bit later at work today. We've actually both been writing every day. I've been journaling every single day this month, which has been really nice. Historically, I've just kind of journaled like about my day and like, today I did blah, 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 blah. But I wanted this to be a little bit more like insightful. So every day I kind of so far have figured out like a writing prompt based on like a podcast I've listened to, or a conversation I heard, or just a thought that's come to mind, anything that's weighing on my heart, you know, just trying to be a little bit more of a deep thinker as far as those things go, because I have those thoughts in my brain, but I don't always convey those on paper. And another big thing that I want to do is journal through good times and bad, which I think that's a universal concept that most of us journal during like the darker times and like the times that we feel like we need peace and we need guidance, much like prayer. I know a lot of us tend to journal. Also journaling the good times and seeing the patterns and what helped in those good times. And I think for Logan and I, we both agree that in times that we are focusing on improving ourselves or bettering ourselves, educating ourselves, taking classes, we always find that we're much happier. We just are constantly wanting to learn and have a purpose. For me, it's been reigniting my love for YouTube. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I've always appreciated the content and the information that I've gathered off of YouTube. And I think we have a lot to say. And so I've always wanted to somehow get that out there. I've been a little paralyzed by the fear of other people's opinions and, exactly what I want our channel to be about. I just stopped really caring about really what other people think and just put out content. So I know our channel can be kind of all over the place at times, but that is really just for me to get an idea of what I want our voice to be on here. And so I know that I enjoy watching vlogs and just hanging out. Logan doesn't love a vlog. He likes more educational, informational videos. So kind of blending the two together on a channel that is cohesive with both of us, because really we have a lot of the same content. If we did individual channels, it would be kind of redundant because a lot of things that I do are the same things that he does, but not to say that we won't have individual channels in the future. But right now we're really enjoying just having us together. Really stoked on filming again. We are both very interested in keeping this as like a health and wellness, running, mental health, all that kind of stuff category, because I find that I follow a lot of different people for those things, but I would like one place for all of that. A little bit of lifestyle, a lot of running, a lot of fitness, a lot of nutrition, meal prep, stuff like that. Just signed up for a 7.4 mile trail run on July 4th, and it's going to be in the evening, and a lot of my Trail Sisters girls are going to be doing that too. So hopefully I'll get to film all of that. Logan's just kind of coming back into running. I'm getting back into higher mileage. Definitely know that there are a lot of y'all out there that are runners too. Ultimately kind of looking into the future of doing like a Ragnar relay run with a couple of our friends, and then also trying to do a marathon distance and another ultra marathon distance, like another 50K with Logan. We want to kind of tinker with some strength components and running training programs. Really into Nick Bear right now, all of his content. We always have been, but his stuff is like really fire right now. Whoever's editing for him is just like slaying the game. Let's go knock out a couple of things and then we'll head to Coleman. Logan and I started doing a new thing where we only drink 2 cups of coffee a day. If you look over the past like 5 years, I definitely drank copious amounts of coffee throughout the day. Back off of our intake a little bit just to make sure it's not messing with our sleep at all. Another thing that we definitely do is we wait until after our workout to drink our first cup of coffee. And according to Andrew Huberman, he says that you get the best benefits of drinking your coffee if you wait like 60 to 90 minutes after you wake up. So every morning we start the day with a cup of water with salt in it just to get that magnesium. That's what Andrew Huberman says, like you're most accepting of magnesium at those points in time. So waking up with either like a cup of salty water, or we'll do like an element, LMNT, to get hydrated back up in the morning after you've been asleep. So a lot of people drink coffee first thing, but just in case you don't know that, just avoiding having coffee first thing, even though it's so tempting, and trying to have just a cup of water with a little bit of salt in it. I'll link the exact salt that we use. It's supposed to be the most beneficial. I'm having my second cup of coffee. We drink the 4 Sigmatic mushroom coffee. It's supposed to help kind of level out the caffeine crash throughout the day and just give you a little bit more mental clarity. If anybody does sourdough, what do you pour your discard in? Because I was pouring it down the sink, and I have an old house, and I feel like that is absolutely tragic for our pipes, because like what if it just hardens in the sink? So I stopped pouring it down the sink, and I've just been pouring it in these like glass bottles and then like pouring it outside. What does everybody else do? Because like this cannot be good for our kitchen pipes, right? This hardens like plaster. Drop me a comment below what you do with your discard, because I know you can make discard recipes. I'm fully aware of that, but like what do you do with the rest of it? My trail runner friend Christy gave me her starter, and so I feel like it's really good because it's like an old starter. I gotta keep this bad boy alive. I'm like too afraid to put it in the fridge because I don't want to kill it. It's doing so good. I just love it. This is the coffee that we drink. It's the 4 Sigmatic Think, and then they do have like a high caffeine one, but I actually don't enjoy the taste of that one as much. But this is a dark roast, which Logan and I are obsessed with dark roast. Set ourselves up for success by kind of prepping everything the night before for the next day. Because I've already had my second cup of coffee, I'm gonna go ahead and make the coffee for tomorrow, and we set it on a timer. This is not an earth-shattering idea. I'm sure a lot of you do it. We just have an old school Mr. Coffee. One less thing that we have to do in the morning is make our coffee. We don't keep our coffee in the bag when we open it. We put it in these little Gator coffee holders. They're airtight and we love them. So we put like our daily coffee in the small one. And then on the weekends we have Death Wish coffee, whole bean, and we grind it fresh because we have a little bit more time to, if we could do it every day, we would do a pour over every single day. But we order the little bags of Death Wish now and keep it frozen and just thaw out what we need for the week. So really we could probably switch these two out. This is a good size. It fits about a whole bag of coffee in one of these. I think we could honestly have like 2 of these and be fine, but the big one's good if you go through a lot of coffee or a lot of beans throughout the day. Just always trying to think of efficiency in our household because we both work like 10-hour schedules. We don't have a ton of free time in the evening. And we've really tried to maximize our efficiency throughout the day. Hey, baby. Excuse me, ma'am. Our neighbor just got a golden retriever puppy and it's so stinking cute. I want one so bad. I'm in my childhood bedroom.
Trying to make any poems fit.
Good job, Ruby. Look at that little swimmer. Girls' Day. Hi, baby. I'm back home. I got so much good sun today. I had such a good time hanging out with my sister. Her best friend, who is like my other sister that I've known pretty much my entire life, came over and we had just a fun little pool day. 5 o'clock and Logan will be getting home soon, so he's working a little bit later today. And typically he would be home in like a few minutes and do his riding and everything, but he's gonna be getting home like right at dinner time. So I'm gonna get our dinner ready and also our snack that we eat every single night before bed. It is a game changer if you're having a hard time getting your protein in. I'm gonna get our dinner and snack ready and I have it all prepped so that when he gets home we can just eat. Started eating a little bit earlier. Us eating like anytime past 7:30 was making us sleep terribly. So we have been like really diligent about just stopping what we do and eating dinner at 6:30 every night. Then if we have other stuff that we need to get done, just doing it afterwards. Let's make snack and dinner. Okay, this is the protein powder that we use for our snack. We also use this protein powder for our shakes, which I'm gonna do here in just a minute for in the morning. It tastes just like brownie batter. It is like the only protein powder that doesn't mess with my stomach. I've had some vegan powders that are good, but this is a whey powder. And it is a blend of casein and I believe isolate. Yeah, so it's infused with probiotics and digestive enzymes and it doesn't have any soy or gluten in it. Blend of concentrate, isolate, casein, and egg white protein. So I think just being a mixture of it all helps me quite a bit to digest it. I'm gonna zero out my scale to grams. And we each do 39 grams of powder, which ends up being about 25 grams of protein. We will do a little bit of milk with this, and you could use water if you're being like really macro conscious. We just use whole milk. Again, you could use like any kind of milk that you want, like almond milk or oat milk would work great with this. 39 grams of powder as far as this goes, but if you have a chocolate protein that you like, you could always just do your chocolate protein for this. I like more milk than Logan does. I like mine runnier. So I do about 2 ounces of milk in mine. And then Logan likes his a little bit thicker. So we'll do like 1.7-ish. We're so specific. All right, and then we'll mix this up. Oh, I'm telling y'all, this is the best snack. If you get a sweet tooth at dinner, make you a little protein pudding because it is so good and it will keep you full and it will get you to your protein goals. Okay, so we got like a pudding consistency, and then we're gonna do a little bit of almond butter in it. And I'm actually running low. I'm only gonna do 20 grams of actual butter, 10 grams of fat. This is a new brand for us, but we really like them. The Who brand, dark chocolate baking gems. They're 70% cacao. Typically we use these Pasha, 85%, and they're also organic. I got these at Publix and I got these at Whole Foods. It's really hard not to eat a bunch of them while I'm making this. I'm just gonna do one serving, which is 15 grams. One serving is 90 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 5 grams of carbs. That is thebomb.com right there. And if you're not already making a bedtime snack, this is your sign to do it. Oh, so good. The key with this is that you must put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes because it needs to be cold. It's so good when it's cold. We've eaten it when we've just made it. It doesn't hit the same. It needs to be cold. So we're gonna put this in the fridge. And it'll probably be like an hour and a half before we eat this, and it'll be so good. Okay, now I'm gonna make our shakes for in the morning. So tomorrow morning we are doing a run. We always drink a protein shake with our workouts. Typically if it's a longer run, we'll definitely do some carbs with it. And if we do carbs, we use this Muscle Feast powdered carbohydrate. It doesn't taste like anything. It just adds like a little bit, tiny bit of sweetness to the protein shake, but really you can't taste it at all. Tomorrow's gonna be a short run for me. I'm only doing about 3 or 4 miles, and I think Logan's doing 3. We probably won't do carbs tomorrow. And what we've been doing, instead of drinking our salt water before we leave for a run, since we have to leave our house and go somewhere to run, to save time, we've just been putting our salt in our actual shaker. And I think what we're gonna do is order a couple of the unflavored LMNT, the Element packets, and put it with this for some extra hydration for runs, because even at like 4 o'clock in the morning in Alabama, it's stupid hot and humid already. So we're just like pouring sweat when we get done running. So we'll probably add a little bit more electrolyte during the summer and just throw it in with our protein shake. And we both typically drink about half of the shake before the run and then half after. Every protein powder we've ever tried makes me so sick to my stomach, like cannot handle it. I have no issues drinking this before, during, or after a run, which to me is just awesome. Closer to when Logan's gonna be here, I'm gonna start getting our dinner ready. I had one that Element sent us in like a little package, so this is the raw unflavored. I put one whole pack in a shaker and then just split the water up between the two of us. And then I'm just gonna fill the rest of it up with water like that and then put my protein powder in it. And hopefully that tastes good. So that's gonna be our summer go-to drink if this is tasty. Is it supper time? I just love you so much. You're just such a good little kitty. Oh my gosh. We taught Jolene how to walk through a cat door. It is so cute. So our mudroom is not like heated and cooled, and it just kind of sucks all the air out of our house. We were like, okay, let's try to save on some power and just like put a cat door in and see if she goes through it. Now, Jolene is like 11. I did not think that she would learn how to do this, but I'm so proud of her. She did learn how to do it. So let's see if she'll walk through it for y'all. Go through your kitty door. I mean, so cute, right? Oh my gosh. That was so good, Joe. Here you go, baby. All right, this is dinner. So we have broccoli, Brussels, ground beef, carrots, and all this is roasted. Asparagus, black olives, and avocado. Getting in lots of veggies. I just tolerate higher veggies a lot better, and I do better with a lot of veggies. He's kind of the opposite, so he'll do like a little bit less veggie than me. Again, I'll typically do about 2 cups because I am coming off of a cut. So I did a lot of veggies in the last part of my cut to kind of make up for the lack of carbs and fats that I was eating. So I'm still kind of in that high veggie consumption phase, but these will be our fat sources for the evening.
I don't know if it's any better for me or not, but
We're on a sauerkraut kick right now. Don't knock it till you try it. Sauerkraut with avocado and ground beef. It's so good. now I've lost count of how many scoops I've done. I'm spilling coffee everywhere. And maybe not necessarily my neighbor. Hey, Wally.